my name is Peacekeeper. Today for you guys, we are on our last day on Earth survival, and we're going to be teaching you how to kill the two final bosses in the game, the ice trap ship as well as the landfill. We're going to start on the icy trap ship. We're going to be killing the Yaris, and just going to give you guys a quick little tip on how I do it, for people that first time doing it as well and don't really know what to do at some points, because there were times that I didn't know what to do at one point. So basically just trial and error at some point. So just giving you guys a quick tip. This is what I use. Yes, this is a little broken. I've used this in runs and I've killed the boss at 1 or 2 times with sometimes the same armor. Try not to get it broken a lot. So the weapons of choice, you can do this any way you want. You could use the flare gun. The flare gun is definitely one of the cheaper weapons. Just give you guys a quick little rundown on what is needed. So it is a little cheaper-ish, and you do find flare guns relatively easily sometimes. The only thing that might be a little hard to get might be thermite. But in all, this is one of the weapons that you can find. I found the flare gun in alpha sometimes. I found the flare gun at PD as well, so those locations can help you out as well. So that is just a flare gun in this hole. There is another weapon, the Scorcher. This one's a little bit more expensive. 8 bars, sorry. So that's a little more tough. You got the planks. The planks are definitely a little easier. They're not too hard. The same thermite as well, and you also have factory parts as well as the springs. Factory parts and springs, you can just get those from recycling guns, so they're not too hard to get as well, but it definitely is a low price when it comes down to the steel bars as well as the thermite. So these two weapons are definitely of choice, but the ones if you do end up having to craft, you might just as well go with the Scorcher. It is a little bit more pricier, but it can still get the job done. So we're going to be using both of them. I'll be using both of these weapons. There also is the berry trencher. I'm butchering that name, I'm very sorry. But this just helps increase your frost, so you don't have to really worry about it. And there might be a time you might not even need to use the full armor. I can show you the armor before we get into the boss fight as well. This is the cheapest armor, but I believe you need a little higher as well. So you could use 2 of these, use the same thing that I just drank as well, and then use complete different armor, and you may be able to still get through it as well. But we're gonna go through here and kill Barrier. So as you guys can see, there are these canisters as well that you can use, and you need to use those that should blow up Borealis and help. So there's one here. You can go behind this as well, and when he does his attacks, you don't want to be hit by those, by the way, because they get your frost up very, very quickly, and you don't want that. So you can see, he jumps. Yeah, you can see that I need to be warmed up. So that is just a great little thing. You don't, when he jumps, he can screw over, but you want to basically get him onto that, and then you'll go over here. He does his big hit. He's not going to jump here. I'm just going to use this here. I don't want him to jump on this, by the way, because then it gets another zombie, so you don't really want that. So I'm going to keep bringing him close to the barrels. I want him to get the barrels as well. And because I want to dish out a little bit more damage, I will be using the Scorcher. The Scorcher you can do some damage at the top, and then you also can do the thermite. So you can say I want him to basically hit the barrels so that I can get a little more damage on him. I am getting a little bit. I need to warm it though. It's kind of stuck, so I need to get this through a little quicker. I can use these, so it helps a little bit, but mostly if you do have the strong alcohol, you could use it, but there is a little bit to the strong alcohol, by the way. Because if you do drink the strong alcohol, and you have to pee, you're screwed. So it's probably best if you can use that earlier, or make sure that your bladder is gone, and you don't get an indication, by the way. So you gotta really using is pretty trial and error if you have to use the strong alcohol. But you can get through this pretty quickly. One spark, you can see you can use a flare gun and a scorcher together, and you'll be able to get through them pretty. I just got a Z card and some bones, not too bad. You go over here and you get your final loot, and you see how you ended up getting. So you get some of the same boots that you would have used, some food, not too bad. This isn't bad rewards, to be honest. This isn't too bad. You could always get better, but in the grand scheme of things, these are actually not horrible rewards. So now I'm gonna cut. We're gonna go to the next boss, which is Ldoe, which is one of the harder bosses. But let's get it done. Let's show you how we get it done. Okay, so we're over here at the port location now. We really need to use our boat. If you don't have the boat, you're not really able to do this. Do this location, but you do need your boat. And the boat is kind of easy because I know you can go to Bunker Alpha, so that is pretty easy, and you can get a couple from Bunker Alpha. The main thing is going to be getting from Bunker Alpha is going to be the what's it called? You may allow the engine parts as well, but you do need to do this location, the laboratory location. You do need to do this and the port location to actually get that. So you need to basically just go downstairs, go into the sewers to be able to get this stuff for your boat. You're going to be able to, you need to craft, so you craft your boat, and after crafting your boat, I just hit it to be honest, but after crafting your boat, I can't even find my boat, but yeah, when you craft your boat, right here, you then need to craft the boat engines, and you do get these from doing the sewers. So you're going to be getting a lot of propellers, or you're getting the same engine parts pretty easily. Everything else are going to easily get the wrench. You get the wrench from Alpha, you get the filters from Alpha, the road parts, the plastic as well. So the only one thing you're getting from the sewers is going to be the propellers. So you need to get a lot of propellers to then make the boat engine, and you only need 2 of them. So you need 6 propellers, I believe, to end up getting 2 of the boat engines, and 20, basically 20, you're just doubling the other thing. So that's what you need to be able to get the boat. Another thing before we do the fight here is, I'm just gonna jump over there. You do need to do 15 tasks each. So you need to do 15 tasks for Borealis, and you need to do 15 tasks to do the landfill boss. So you need to do 30 tasks in total just to be able to kill both the bosses, by the way. And you only end up getting 30, I believe. You get 300, sorry. You get 300 of the genomes. So then you use those genomes, you can go over here and spend the genomes over here. So it is a little pricey to kill the bosses, especially leading up to killing the bosses. And you only get 300 genomes, so it does kind of not feel fully worth it because you only get 300. But we can be over here and killing the Colosseum boss. So before we get into the boss fight, just show me what I'm using. This is the enhanced anti-spore mask, enhanced anti-spore set, and to be able to get the enhanced set, this is what you need. You need the foot rubber, you need some spore blockers, and basically do these inside of your chemistry station at home. You have the bow, you have the rubber, you have the lens, and the copper ball as well. This is what I use for normal runs, but then you need to load something more stronger, which you will need when it comes down to the weapons, the anti-spore pistol is one of the cheapest weapons. The glass is very easy to get, as well as thick leather. You just need to enhance that when you get the raw leather. So this is going to be pretty tough to gain these two. This is a little harder to farm, but it's going to be easy because of the cheapest weapon is. Glass is very easy, the spring is easy, the alcohol, the iron bars is by the tanks, so it's not too pricey, but when it gets down to the anti-spore rifle and anti-spore sniper rifle, it gets very pricey. The lenses, the same rubber that you had, but then also the spore sight, which is going to be tough to craft. As well, you need other things to craft, just the spore sight alone. Then you have the copper bars as well, glass, to be able to get this rifle. So the rifle is kind of pricey. sniper rifle. You need alloy, and you need to go into the same locations to form the alloy. So the alloy is very, very pricey. You still need to then use the melting furnace to refine it into the same alloy from the ore. So it's very, very pricey. If you can get these weapons, which you can, if you do the laboratory and clear it, you can get these weapons. So it's going to be easier to clear the entire laboratory to get these weapons than crafting them. It's very, very pricey. So let's go in here and tackle the Coliseum boss. So I'll come to here, and the weapon that I'm going to be using, I will be using both of these. I will be using the office breath and the pistol. Just going to show you how quickly you can be able to get through the boss. So this is the Coliseum boss right here. Very spooky. It's funny if people don't know the Coliseum boss is supposed to be in the laboratory. In the laboratory. So you don't shoot these by the way, the parasites, you can just kill them by running over them. What I do, I like to bring the corner near me, where everything can just stay in this corner. You're going to try and not to hit me, and try to shoot there. Like I say, you don't need the pistol, but the pistol is cheaper, so it's like the cheapest way to kill this boss. I'm just going to run over them. And I'm going to try to just keep putting shots on them. I'm trying not to hit the scores are going to get a little, the scores are going to be causing a little bit of crosses. I do need to use the inhaler. The inhalers help with the scores by the way. So I've already left here to do it. You're breathing the inhalers. You don't need the inhalers. It's not like a guarantee that you need to get them. But if you do have some, I'm taking this off and I'm going to be back. Not going to lie. Just want to get him down, so I believe there's a certain how to use the gunning guy, and we're using the rifle. The rifle does do a lot more damage, so I can just show a little bit more damage quickly to him. The entire thing is scared to hit. This scares now, so I'm trying to, I should have bought a little more. I didn't think I was going to need so many. So, ooh, okay, I'm so, now he's going to heal me. I messed this up. I messed this up so badly, chat. So I forgot that he has actually. I haven't fought with him. So having to use these, yeah. I'm screwed here. It takes a while. I haven't, like I said, I haven't played this boss in so long. I haven't played this boss in so long. So I'm a little bit of trouble here. Not gonna lie, a little bit of trouble here. I haven't tried off in far. I can't hear it. I'm done. Well, you can see when you mess up, that happens because I haven't tried off in forever, and I'm just bad at this game. But let me just reset and just I need more in here. Let me back. Okay, so we're back here. So yeah, I haven't found this boss in like forever, and I did mess up like a lot. I kited them really badly, so the entire map that we have to fight them in had spores. So that's not good. I need to put them in a corner just quickly, and not have the entire map full of spores. So that was definitely on my part, and sometimes I screw it up as usual, but we're now going to just use the rifle now, just so we can get like that 50 damage a shot hit on him, and it should be able to help me a lot. I do need to kill these parasites, these blue parasites. A reason being is they heal him, and I don't want that. I don't want him to heal. So we do need to get into his threshold. I believe it is 50. I can't remember the threshold. There you go. And this is really neat. So you need to go into this gap, by the way. This gap saves you from the spores. If you don't, then you're screwed. And now I switch to the pistol, so I can then not have to worry about using my rifle, because I want to be able to use my rifle on the Borealis boss, because he does do my damage. I forgot I need to use. Honestly, forgot I need to use. Now I'm gonna switch over back to my rifle, and then we're gonna continue the fighting basically. We have one more left of his run. Like I said, I can't remember the numbers off in my head because I haven't done this in a while. But if you go by, you'll be able to then see the health that he is doing. Now he's going to drop rolls again, and I'm gonna try to kill them so he doesn't heal too much. There you go. So try to kill this quickly because then if you heal, you're gonna have to then just gonna be wasting a lot of your weapon ability. And you don't want that because some of these weapons are very expensive. So now we're gonna go kill these guys. And like I said, we go into here so we don't take any of these damage. From Borealis. Can you call the same boss? I keep saying Borealis, call the same boss. So then we get through this. And look out for the when he goes to contact at you. Because you don't want to try not to forget about his contact. And then we're going to go back over to him. He is cheaper. And his health now is definitely lower. So I can use the pistol. And like I said, that. And there we go. So we end up getting 300 of his genomes. Like I said, sometimes 300 doesn't feel worth it from killing from doing all the tasks you have to do. 15 tasks each for both bosses, so it doesn't always feel worth it, but you can, if you're able to then grind them all the time, then you'll be able to get a lot of them and able to buy what you need. So you can see, just killing this boss ended up giving us what we need. The same spore sight to craft, the same anti-spore blockers. You got some more of the inhalers as well you get from the laboratory, so it's not too bad. The gas cylinders are getting more and more rare, and then the anti-spore pistol, and even the same jacket that we need to even just complete the task. We're able to then get that as well. So you can only, if you do, you can just craft the other 3 pieces and you get one of the pieces, so it's not too bad at all. But that's it for me. If you guys did enjoy that, let me know if I could do it cheaper. Let me know down below if you have done it cheaper, and I can find, and I can also do it. But definitely do not mind doing it that way. Finding a cheaper way is always best. To find a cheaper way. But you can see the tasks are now going to reload. It's going to update in 36 minutes, and then I have 15 tasks for each to do to complete this whole thing again, to do the boss and get 600 genomes again. You can see we're just stacking up some more genomes as well. We end up getting 600 from the bosses, and I just need to continue doing that continuously to get a lot of these upgrades as well. And I bought this recently, the dog salad, just to give me more storage, and then I'll be able to hopefully get like the collar maybe, or just get something that's gonna be more worth it like this, because that's probably more worth it than the dog stuff. But hey, we're gonna get that, and we're gonna continue burning. Does it feel if you guys enjoy? And I'll see you guys next time.